For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
What's up, Brew Crew? Welcome back to Brewers Fan Central. If you, like me, are still trying to process what happened in October, this is your spot. This is where we go beyond the headlines and analyze what really matters for the future of our team. And if you want to get the fastest, most in-depth Brewers analysis before anyone else, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell right now. Trust me, this offseason is going to be a long one, and you won't want to miss a thing. Look, I need to be 100% honest with you. The way our season ended, it hurts. Getting swept in the NLCS by the Dodgers right after setting a franchise record for regular season wins is the kind of thing that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth for months. But what frustrated me most about that Dodgers series wasn't even the loss itself. It was how we lost. We looked like a team with no punch, no answer. Our rotation, which carried us all year, looked ordinary. Our hitters, predictable. It proves once again that building a team for 162 games is completely different from building a team for 11 wins in October. And our recent track record doesn't lie. 5 wins and 16 losses in the playoffs since 2018. That is unacceptable. It screams that the current formula, while excellent for the regular season, needs a tweak. We're missing that piece. Matt Arnold, Brewers GM, knows it. Pat Murphy knows it. And that's why this year's hot stove is, in my opinion, one of the most critical in our recent history. We cannot waste the prime of players like William Contreras and Willie Adames just hoping things magically change in the playoffs. We need disruptors. We need players with the X factor. And speaking of X factor, a piece of speculation has started gaining traction that really caught my eye. Bleacher Report published its off-season guide and pointed to a trade target for the Brewers. That is, to me, the perfect definition of high-risk, sky-high reward. The name is Kodai Senga, pitcher for the New York Mets. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking. Senga, the ghost fork guy. Why on earth would the Mets trade a pitcher with a 3.02 ERA? This is where we, here at Fan Central, separate the news from the analysis. Most places will just give you that number, a 3.02 ERA in 22 starts, and stop there. But that number doesn't tell even half of the bizarre story that was Senga's season. Let's dive into the data. Senga started 2024 looking like a Cy Young candidate. Through the end of July, he had a 1.39 ERA. He was absolutely dominant. But then August happened. In August, the floor fell out. Kodai Senga gave up 20 earned runs in just 6 starts. Folks, do the math. That's an ERA of over 9.0 for the month. It was a collapse so ugly, so complete, that the Mets, even while out of the playoff hunt, took a drastic step. They demoted him to AAA in September. That's right. A 32-year-old pitcher making $15 million a year was sent to the minors because he could no longer get MLB hitters out. So the million-dollar question is, why would the Brewers, a team that just got swept, consider trading valuable prospects for such a volatile player? The answer, in my opinion, comes down to 2 words: Brandon Woodruff. The Bleacher Report suggestion is that Senga would fill the Woodruff role perfectly. What does that mean? It means a pitcher with an elite ceiling, a guy who, when he's healthy and on, can dominate any lineup in the league and win a playoff game by himself. But at the same time, he's someone you realistically can't count on for 30 starts or 180 innings. He's a part-time ace. Our rotation, especially after losing Burns, desperately needs that elite punch. Senga, with his ghost fork, brings a strikeout factor that is absolutely critical in October. It's the kind of pitch you want in your starter's hand in Game 3 of an NLCS. The tactical question is, which Senga are you trading for? The Dr. Jekyll from July or the Mr. Hyde from August? Was his collapse mechanical? Was it fatigue? Was it an undisclosed injury or and this is what worries me most. Did MLB hitters finally figure out how to identify the ghost fork and stop swinging? If it's the last one, we're in trouble. But if it's a mechanical or fatigue issue, that's where our advantage comes in. Our pitching lab, led by Chris Hook, is one of the best in all of baseball. Remember how many pitchers have come to Milwaukee, written off, and become all-stars? Gio Gonzalez, Wade Miley, even Burns himself. That is the Brewers way of operating. Now let's talk business. Senga's contract is $15 million a year for the next 2 seasons. In today's MLB economy, where mediocre pitchers are getting $18 to $20 million, paying $15 million for a guy with Cy Young potential is a bargain. The risk isn't in the money, it's in the performance. The problem is the trade cost. The Mets aren't just going to give him away, and guess who's running the show over there in New York? David Stearns, our old front office genius. He knows our farm system better than anyone. He won't be fooled, and he won't want our scraps. If Stearns is willing to part with Senga, he's going to ask for a fair price. He'd probably ask for one of our top 10 prospects. Are we talking about a Jefferson Cuero, a Carlos Rodriguez, one of our young outfielders? That's where the fan in me gets nervous. My honest opinion, I think this is a gamble Matt Arnold has to seriously investigate. It's not a blind all-in, but it's the kind of calculated, intelligent move the Brewers love to make. Bring in elite talent on a controllable contract and trust your player development to get the best out of him. Is it risky? Absolutely. But after another October embarrassment, maybe safe isn't what we need right now. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. We need a different result, but that's just my analysis. Now I want to hear from you, the Brew Crew. What do you think of this idea? Would you take the risk on Kodai Senga, with all his volatility and his recent collapse, to be our new Woodruff? Or do you think that August disaster was a giant red flag and we should focus on safer options, maybe in free agency? Leave your opinion down in the comments. I read absolutely everything, and I want to see this debate light up. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for spending your time at Fan Central. If you enjoy this kind of deep dive analysis that goes beyond the box score, I just ask one thing. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. It's the best way to support the channel and make sure you never miss a breaking update or a tactical breakdown. This is Brewers Fan Central. I'll see you in the next one. Go Brew Crew.